Push Beyond Your Excuses is not merely a book about productivity or discipline, it is a gentle yet firm mirror held up to the human soul. It asks us to look honestly at the quiet stories we tell ourselves, the ones that sound reasonable, even compassionate, yet slowly steal our courage and delay our becoming. At its heart, this book teaches that excuses are rarely loud or dramatic. They are soft whispers that sound like logic, comfort, and self-protection. And because they sound reasonable, we rarely challenge them. We live inside them. The book begins by inviting us to understand that excuses are not signs of laziness or weakness. They are often born from fear, past pain, and deeply human vulnerability. We excuse ourselves because we fear failure, rejection, or discovering that we are not as capable as we hope. We excuse ourselves because trying fully feels risky. Not trying feels safer. Yet the author reminds us that safety built on avoidance is not peace, it is a slow erosion of self-trust. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is that every excuse, no matter how small, carries a hidden cost. When we say, "I'll start tomorrow," we don't just delay an action, we delay our identity. We quietly tell ourselves that our goals are optional, that our promises to ourselves can be broken without consequence. Over time, this breaks something subtle but sacred, our belief in our own word. The book explains that success does not begin with talent or opportunity, it begins with self-integrity, the ability to trust yourself when no one is watching. The author gently walks us through the most common excuses: lack of time, lack of motivation, lack of confidence, lack of resources. Each one is carefully unpacked, not with judgment, but with compassion. We are shown that time is rarely the real issue, priorities are. Motivation is unreliable, commitment is what carries us forward when feelings fade. Confidence does not arrive before action, it is built through action. Resources often appear only after we take the first imperfect step. In this way, the book reframes excuses not as obstacles, but as invitations, signals pointing toward the inner work we must do. A deeply reflective section of the book explores how excuses often protect our identity. If we never try fully, we never have to face the possibility of failure. If we keep our dreams, someday dreams, we can keep believing in our potential without testing it. But the author reminds us that potential unused becomes regret. Years later, the pain of "what if" weighs heavier than the pain of effort ever could. This realization is not meant to frighten us, but to awaken us. Throughout the book, real-life examples are woven in, stories of ordinary people who were not exceptionally gifted, wealthy, or confident, but who chose to move forward despite discomfort. A tired parent waking up early to study. An insecure artist sharing their work despite criticism. A fearful individual choosing honesty instead of silence. These stories show that transformation is rarely dramatic, it is quiet, repetitive, and deeply personal. Growth happens in moments when no one applauds you, when you choose discipline over comfort and courage over excuse. One of the most spiritual teachings in the book is the idea that excuses disconnect us from the present moment. When we say, "later," we abandon now. Yet now is the only place where life unfolds, where change is possible. The book encourages us to return to the present with humility, asking not, "Can I do everything?" but, "What is the smallest honest step I can take today?" This question dissolves overwhelm and brings power back into our hands. The author also addresses self-compassion, making it clear that pushing beyond excuses does not mean cruelty toward oneself. There is a difference between rest and avoidance, between patience and procrastination. The wisdom lies in learning to listen deeply to your inner voice, to know when you are healing and when you are hiding. True self-respect means both kindness and accountability. It means forgiving yourself for the past while refusing to abandon your future. As the book unfolds, it becomes clear that excuses are not the enemy, unconscious living is. When we bring awareness to our patterns, excuses lose their power. We begin to see them as old habits that once protected us but no longer serve us. This awareness creates choice, and choice creates freedom. The book teaches that freedom is not the absence of responsibility, it is the willingness to take responsibility for who you are becoming. In the later reflections, the author emphasizes that pushing beyond excuses is not a one-time decision, but a daily practice. Each day offers countless small crossroads where we either honor our growth or retreat into comfort. The goal is not perfection, but consistency. Even imperfect action, taken repeatedly, reshapes identity. Over time, You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries, and begin to see yourself as someone who acts. The book closes with a powerful reminder. Your life is listening to what you say through your actions, not your intentions. If you consistently show up, even in small ways, your life begins to trust you. Opportunities appear, confidence grows, momentum builds. Not because the world suddenly changes, but because you do. You become someone who keeps going, even when it's uncomfortable, even when excuses knock softly at the door. Ultimately, push beyond your excuses is a call to return to yourself, to the version of you that knows, deep down, that you are capable of more honesty, more courage, and more devotion to your own growth. It does not promise an easy path, but it promises a meaningful one. And it leaves you with a quiet truth that lingers long after the final page. The life you want is on the other side of the excuses you are ready to release.